Jane, congratulations on your appointment as head of King's Ely Senior. How does it feel?
Oh, it's really exciting. It's exciting to be getting started. I think it feels like a huge responsibility and also a huge privilege. I think teaching is really one of the most fantastic jobs in the world.
And your previous role was Vice Principal Academic. How long were you in this position, and how do you feel that your new role is different?
So I was academic vice principal for 10 years, and I think over that time as a school we've gone on quite a journey in terms of ensuring that the academic rigour, teaching and learning, and really reflecting on what we do as teachers, how we help young people to really thrive. I think we've gone on quite a journey in that respect. So that's obviously a fairly defined role, whereas the new role has more breadth to it, which is what makes it an exciting new challenge, I think.
And I suppose, what are your main objectives and priorities for the year ahead? Is there a grand plan, or?
Yeah, the first 100 days. So I think the first thing really is to get to know as many members of the community as possible. Obviously, I already know a good number of people, but it would be good to get to know new people that have joined our community, and then very much to sort of keep that sense of what is it about a King's education that is really helping young people to thrive today, tomorrow, and have those skills, values, attributes to make a successful contribution to society in the future. And that sounds like one of those really sort of big things, but when we break it down into looking at our curriculum pathways, the co-curricular offering, how we're engaging in the community, those are sort of the three pillars that we want to be moving forwards with. So lots of potential ideas and things to build on.
I think I'm right in saying that your three daughters have all been educated at King's. How do you feel the school has shaped them to be the young women that they are today?
So one of them is actually still here. They're very different girls, and that for me has always been one of the joys of King's, is that people of all different types can really thrive. They've all found their interests, found their passions here, and I think what's been special is that they have felt heard, and they've always felt supported, and that there are people alongside them all across the teaching body and even beyond the teachers who really believe in them. And it has given them a real lovely quiet self-confidence, and actually they're very good at advocating for themselves now, which I think is important in the world today.
Do you think it's skills like that make an experience here unique? I mean, if someone said to you in the pub, for example, go on, tell me what makes King's unique, what would you say to them?
I think it is that belief that we all have in the potential of each and every young person, and we are always looking at ways to help to harness that potential that is inside all young people. I think I've said it before, but for me, wasted potential it's just the worst thing. So helping them to have that courage to try new things, to actually have the commitment to keep working at something when it feels tough, to know how and when to ask for assistance, and when to sort of work things out for themselves.
What were you like at school? I mean, how would your teachers describe you as a student?
So my mum always used to laugh that my reports would describe me as being lively and enthusiastic, which she always used to interpret as meaning I was a bit troublesome in the classroom. But I think I really I loved learning. I always wanted to kind of know why in the classroom.
I mean, you might not have any regrets as such, but if you could go back in time to your school years, is there anything you'd do differently?
That's a good question. I danced a lot until I was about 14, and then it became difficult to kind of balance the dancing with getting involved in outdoor activities, working harder. So I think there's always a little bit of regret there, and not carrying on with that perhaps.
It's never too late.
Never
Jane.
too late.
Never too late. What would you say is your proudest accomplishment, Jane, and why?
So I do like those kind of mission accomplished moments when you've been working on something and it kind of comes to fruition. It might be when you're running an event that you get to the end of and you think, yeah, that's gone well. if you've done, I've done quite a lot of expeditions. When you come back from an expedition or a field trip, and everyone's back safely, they've had a good time, that's a nice kind of accomplishment feeling. And actually, every August, to be honest, when people get their GCSE results, their A-level results, and they're going on to the next step, that is such a nice feeling of like, yeah, that's great. Off they go into the world. It's brilliant.
Who is your hero and why?
I think in so many ways, and she's somebody that we do refer to in school. I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the American Supreme Court judge. I mean, what an amazing, amazing woman. And I think, everybody can learn so much from her approach to life, how she balanced everything, how she challenged the status quo. And she used to have this lovely phrase, you can disagree agreeably. And I think learning the skill to be able to disagree with people, but to do it in a humane way, is actually an important part of education.
Absolutely. If you could have a superpower, Jane, what would it be?
Superpower.
Some might say you are Superwoman.
I think loving history. I would like to be able to time travel. I think that would be really pretty cool.
What period would you like to go back to?
Well, I've just been reading a book about Hadrian's Wall. I was up in Newcastle for a while over the summer, so I was reading all about Hadrian's Wall. And actually, when you're up there and you're walking along the wall, actually trying to visualise what it would have been like in Roman times. So I think my first one will be I'll go back to Hadrian's Wall just after it was built.
Nice. How do you relax, Jane? I imagine your day must be filled with stresses. How do you relax and unwind at the end of a busy day?
Yeah, it's pretty busy. I do like to get outside. I find being outside hugely relaxing. So even just sort of walking to and fro, just taking that minute to enjoy being outside. And of course, we've got such a beautiful campus that remembering to just pause and go, wow, this is amazing. That all is great during the day. I do like a bit of yoga. I run. Not very fast, but I do like running. So yeah, and anything that gets me kind of outside is good.
I don't know whether you watch much TV, but is there a TV series that you've binge watched lately?
Yeah, didn't watch much over this summer actually, but we are as a family quite excited about the Great British Bake Off starting again. So that's
Are you a baker?
Regular. I'm not, but some people in my family are. Nice.
Karaoke. What song would you most likely sing if you were invited up on stage?
So anything that I would sing would be dreadful because I'm really not very good at singing. But it would probably be really anything by ABBA, probably Dancing Queen.
Like it. What would you say your weakness is?
I can get a bit impatient. I like to get things done. I think carelessness is something that I find quite upsetting when if people are careless about things. That's something that I find upsetting. That's not really weakness, is it? But probably impatience.
Do you have any phobias or fears?
I'm not the biggest fan of flying, if I'm really honest, but I work very hard at not being fearful of it.
If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be?
So, having taught a bit of GCSE history last year, I would absolutely have to go for Elizabeth I. She was someone that we studied. And then alongside that I was reading a biography about Francis Drake. So I think I would love to talk to the two of them. I might throw in our Queen Elizabeth II. I might pop her in there as well for the full kind of the 2 Elizabeths, and then David Bowie, because he's a big family favourite. So yeah, let's put Bowie in there as well.
Name 3 things you would want with you if you were stranded on a desert island for a week.
Are you going practical? Am I getting off the island, or am I?
Choice is yours.
Okay. Well, if I was trying to get off, obviously I'd go with flares. I'd go with go with? What else would I go with? I'd make sure I had some firewood. If I knew I was going to be staying for a while.
Yoga mat?
Yoga mat, yeah. No, I'd have a notebook and pen, I think, because actually recording the experience would be pretty interesting. Probably a nice bit of nice box with some cheese and biscuits. Yeah, that would be good. And then somewhere nice, comfortable to sleep.
Nice. What's the support been like, Jane, since the announcement was made? I mean, there's certainly been a buzz about your appointment. Have you felt that?
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely lovely to kind of talk to people and just people's good wishes has just been really wonderful. So yeah, it's been really great.
Have you received any nice presents?
I've received some lovely cards. Yeah.
Cool.